Hello everybody, this is Jess with Jess. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than our normal vlog, but it is Vlogmas day 10. So I didn't vlog today like a day in the life. I'm just going to sit here and we're going to chat with each other. I think I'm just going to hold the camera. It's like my security blanket when I'm talking to you guys. Hopefully it looks okay. Everything's kind of a disaster down here because we are doing Christmas present buying and I need to wrap stuff. Everything is everywhere. We're trying to hide stuff, so there's boxes everywhere. But this video is going to be one that's going to be kind of hard to film, but I wanted to tell you guys what's going on, and I finally feel like I can tell you guys what's going on, and I really appreciate all of your prayers and kindness to my family. I always try to be honest with you guys and tell you guys what's going on with our family. That's what this channel is all about, is our family and our life and my life as Blessed Jess. I don't like to have things go on behind the scenes and not tell you guys what's going on. So as you can tell by the title, today was a really hard day. Today was when we had to vote to close our church. So let's do a little bit of a backstory. We, in March, we found out in March, I think it was March, or April, anyway, one of those, that we would be leaving our church in Georgia. We have been in the ministry since we were dating. This is our third church we've been at since we've been married. We were in Texas for 6 years, then we were in Georgia for 3 years, almost 4. And then we've been here less than a year. So we found out in March we'd be leaving Georgia. And very soon after that, we left our home in Georgia in June. And we got the job here in Alabama at the end of June, the very last Sunday in June. We interviewed at this church here in Alabama. My brain is like melted right at this point. And we were voted in the last Sunday in June to a church here. It's in Trussville, which is about 45 minutes or so from where my mom and dad live. So we decided that we would move in with them and we would save money, not have an apartment or try to buy a house in the middle of COVID. And we would save up for a year or so, and then we would get a house out there. And when we moved and accepted this position, we fully anticipated that we would be there for the long haul, that we wanted it to be a church that we could raise our kids in. You know, we always go into jobs like that. We always go in wanting it to be long term. That's just like, that's how I grew up in churches, and that's how David grew up in churches. We just like planting our roots deep and growing in a church. And this was David's first lead pastor position. And fairly soon after we moved here, we just, one thing or another, we had a lot of people leave the church. And it was hard. It was a hard season that we walked through of different people leaving and God moving them different places, the people in our congregation. And it was kind of a hard season to watch, like this church, which we thought was like full of, you know, vibrancy and youth and you know, we just thought it was going to be such a great place, you know, and it had great people, and it did have great people, but God just moved them out. And everybody that left said, you know, we love you, Pastor David. We believe you're supposed to be here, but we just feel like it's our time to leave the church. And watching it kind of like dwindle down to where at the end of the last few months, you know, we just haven't had hardly any people at the church. And we've also, you know, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm hoping I'm not covering up the microphone. We also have, you know, COVID has definitely hurt churches. And the bottom line was, it got to the point where we couldn't afford the building anymore because there wasn't enough people and money coming in to do that. So we knew that this was probably going to be coming the last couple months, which is really painful. It's really painful. It's probably the hardest thing I've been through in a long time. David too. But the good things that we can be assured of is that we know 100% that God brought us here. 100%. Like, He completely moved every obstacle out of our way for us to be here. It was just like a God thing. Like, everything lined up for us to be at this church. And we met incredible people. There are some people that I consider like family just over the last 6 months that we will continue to be in touch with. The other thing is we know that God has the next place already prepared for us, and we don't know what that is right now. It's like we're starting over, looking for another church, looking for another job, and I don't know what that's going to look like right now, but God does, and He will direct our path. You know, sometimes we don't understand God's plan, and I definitely don't understand the plan of this, but it was, I think, God's timing for this church to end and the people kind of go different directions, and the money that was owed to the building and everything was just too great for it to continue on. So our church is closed. We voted today to close it, and that's what happened. And I really sat through that meeting and tried my best to hold it together, and I've cried lots of tears before today. Y'all know that watch me. I am a type A person. I like to have my plan, you know, like, this is what's going to happen. This is how my life's going to go. This is how, you know, everything's going to work out. But at the end of the day, like, God's in the one in control, and I have to just trust His plan. So I think the loss of control has been really, really hard on me, and not knowing what's next. But we do feel kind of like a weight has been lifted, because we kind of knew this day was coming for so long, or not so long, but it felt like a long time. You know, just the last couple months have been really hard. So for today to actually it to be over, you know, at least there's some closure there. But I really tried to hold it together in the meeting, and then I kind of fell apart at the very end. Oh, so I know God has always led our family, and He's always provided for us. We were able to save money during this last 6 months. Thank Jesus. Thank you, God, that we did not get a house, or we did not get an apartment, and we did not move somewhere that now we wouldn't be able to afford. That was definitely a God thing, that we were close enough to live here with my mom and dad. We don't really know what's next. We have amazing, supportive, a district denomination. Our district is AG. We are Assemblies of God. And the district office has helped us so much, and they've been a great support system for us, and they are going to do their best to help us find somewhere, hopefully in Alabama, but ultimately we want to be where God wants us to be. And you know, I'm worried about the kids' school. Of course, that's like where my mind goes, is worried about like Nate, especially his school, and wanting a good school system for him. But I know that God also knows that too. So that's it in a nutshell, y'all. We really tried hard, and I don't take anything that happened like it was personally done to us, or somebody wronged us, or like we made a terrible mistake or whatever. Like, I know God brought us here for a reason, and we worked really hard. Like, this is the first job ever that David's taken that he's also worked part-time. Like, he killed himself, you know, having to try. That's how much we believed we were supposed to be here, is that we agreed to take part-time pay so that we could be here. And you know, David could work. He worked at Papa John's. You know, that's how hard we really wanted this to work out, and we felt like it was, where we were supposed to be. And I do think it is where we were supposed to be. We've learned a lot, we've made new friends, and God's preparing us for the next place. So today was very, very hard. I've already taken off all my makeup, but we spent some time as a family after the meeting today, and we kind of got to just spend time with each other, and we really are okay. We are okay, and we believe that God has the next place out there for us. So I don't know when it will be, if it will happen next week or next year. It'll probably be next year because we're almost at the end of the year. But I don't know the time limit of how long all of that's going to take, and I'm trying not to stress out about it. We're going to take it one day at a time. There are some church openings right now, thankfully, even in the middle of COVID. So we don't know. We don't know what's next, but we do know who holds our future. And, God hasn't promised us an easy road. He does promise to go with us. So this is kind of what's been on my mind the last few weeks when I've told you guys we've been going through some stress. It's been church stress, and it's been kind of watching something that you care about so much kind of dwindle off, and, people that you really, really love walk away for different reasons. And we don't blame anyone that has. It's just painful because I don't know. I didn't see it happening like this, but that's okay because God did. We are not bitter. We are not angry. We are just kind of sad, and that's okay. So I did have to tell Lucy yesterday what happened, and she's very sad because she really has loved this church, and she's loved the friends she's made, and that we had such a great children's director, and she's really loved the time she's spent here, and she knows what it means now to leave a church because she left all of her friends in Georgia, and she was kind of sad, but she's also our sweet, brave little girl, and she is just so sweet, and she knows that God has something better. That's why I told her, like, this doesn't work out. God has even better for us. So y'all just keep us in your prayers. I just want to go somewhere that we can go long term. That's our heart. We don't like leaving and moving and everything, and it's kind of been a crazy season of that. I love the time we spent in Texas. We got to stay there for 6 years, and that was really great. So I'd like that and longer. But we know God has the right thing, and we're glad to be back on this side of the country, so hopefully we can stay near family and stuff. But I don't really have any answers other than that. David is going to continue to probably work at Papa John's when he can, and then interview at churches when he can. So y'all keep us in your prayers. We are really okay. I know there are people that are going through way worse right now, and we have each other, and like I said, we're healthy, and we're all together, and that's, God is so good to us. So that's the Vlogmas for today. I know it's not that exciting, and it's kind of sad, but we've never walked this road before. We've never been in this position before, and it's really sad to, close the church. It's really sad. It breaks my heart, and we literally have loved the people here, and we've loved our time here. We wish it was ending differently, but we do trust God. So that's it, y'all. I'm gonna go do some wrapping. That's what I need to do, and get some sleep because it is Sunday night as I'm talking to you. School's tomorrow, and we'll be vlogging again and all that. So I took some time off today and just loved on my family. Mark turned 10 months old today, you guys. 10 months old. I cannot believe it. That little guy's growing so fast. Man, time is flying. He is our little bright spot of 2020. We've kind of had a rough year. I think a lot of us have. And I think God knew we would need a little Mark to just brighten our day. And he's just the love of all of our kids are. But he's just a little love. He's so sweet. He's so sweet and happy. and he just brings so much joy, and so does Nate and Lucy. And we took some time as a family and went out to dinner tonight, and I think we need to do that more often. Nate wanted to go to Books A Million, and I was really nervous. He's never been in Books A Million, but he saw the sign. Nate's my little 8-year-old who's autistic. He saw the sign when we were going to Walmart one day, and he's been asking me to go. I was really nervous to take him because sometimes bookstores and libraries can be really hard on him because he wants like all the books. He doesn't like to leave, and he has like a meltdown. We've had many a meltdown in libraries. And so I gave him the ground rules before he went tonight. I told him we could go, but we weren't going to have any fits, and we weren't going to buy any books. And, you know, when the time was up, that we were going to leave. And he did so good. He did so good. We took pictures of books we liked. We set a timer for how long we were going to be in there, and he did so good. He had a little bit of a hard time walking past his Elephant and Piggy books that he loves so much. I just kept reminding him of his goals, and he did so good. And then we went and had dinner at O'Charlie's, which was really good. I haven't been there in forever. And so it was good just to sit down, the 5 of us, and have some family time. And we do feel a lot like the weight of the world has been lifted off of us. But again, though, it's like, but now we don't have a job. So God's working on that part. So I love y'all. We are really okay. We are okay. Things are going to be all right. Just keep us in your prayers. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. Please subscribe if you're new. We will see you all tomorrow. Bye.
It's white outside, and the night is cold.